The most impactful thing for me today was see my community, my city, people that I haven't seen in years, and then also new faces in our community who are helping our community. Many different organizations just show up and want better, want to learn new things, and how to engage with our community around preventing violence. And just seeing people lean in, it was almost like I felt almost overstimulated by hearing that a lot of chatter. Doesn't help that I'm an introvert, but just hearing people like talk, engage was just like beautiful. I think that was very impactful for me to hear people want to give solutions, to hear people, especially in this city, want to give, offer themselves to the kaupapa of family violence prevention was massive. And so what I take away from this Wananga, this hui today is you are never too old to learn something new. And we can always learn something new from each other. I think it's important to always stay teachable because our society is forever changing, and so hearing from fresh faces, new people who are in the sector, young people, I think will help us move forward better as a country.
Kia ora, ko Timato tuku ingoa. Yeah, just reflecting on the day, I think it's been a real example of the importance of this kaupapa, about bringing community together, about hearing stories and allowing connection, and hopefully that connection carries on, because that's really the point of the exercise, is an ongoing connection, the generation and sustaining of a movement, because that's what we need in the Changemakers space. And so I hope that the whānau who've come along today, because some people have come from away and out of the district, but they've been committed to the kaupapa, and that broadens the impact of changemakers across the country.
Kia ora whānau, my name is Leo Fassi, aka White Ribbon Man. What I've loved about today is seeing the different organisations, different kaupapa coming all together to support the one outcome, and then supporting our tāne through all walks of lives, through anything that comes and goes. That comes and goes in their journey and what that looks like. What I've got from this is basically connections. Speaking with like-minded people that see the end goal, it's a pretty choice to say, hey, you know what, let's keep this conversation going and see how we can move together to support our tāne.
Kia ora koutou, ko majestical tani whaataku ingoa. I've had a beautiful day here at Changemakers. The impact that Changemakers have made on me today, it's just a hononga. The connections that I've created today will spill out into the community. Because the more that we connect and bring unity into the community, the more that we can do out there for our whānau. Let's go, boom!
Tēnā tātou e hika mā, ko Brandon Manuel tōku ingoa, no Ngāti Porou Awau. Here at the kaupapa today at te whānau, the most impactful thing from me today as a systems innovator is knowing that there are different parts within a particular system, or systems so to speak, but if we can make small shifts, micro shifts within specific systems, the hope is that it elevates up to change the entire system we're working in. How I see this impacting our communities here in Ōtautahi, we've had some beautiful speakers, but what comes from these is having networks of people that we can connect with and into, knowing that if we're supporting each other within our different spaces, then we can bring about some positive change for people in our communities. Kia ora tātou.
Kia ora, hiuri tēnei no rekohu no wharekauri, Ngāti Mutinga te iwi, Moriori te imi. My name's Hepiri. I work at Sport Canterbury, and really enjoyed the time here in this kaupapa and some of the impact. I suppose the impact I've seen from here, or the vibes I'm getting from this kaupapa, is seeing the next generation coming through and thinking about the word empower. And it's not about giving power, They don't like that, but more like creating the conditions for others to realise their own is probably the biggest thing that's come through here, especially with our young ones, and realising that I don't have to do everything. I will drive and paddle as far as I can, and then being comfortable to allow someone else to take over. So I'm inspired by that. I'm very, very hopeful for our future and the ones coming through. Yeah, it's been special. That's probably what I've enjoyed most about the kaupapa.
Kia ora, I'm Felix and I came to Changemakers because I'm passionate about changing culture for the better, and I really enjoyed the compassionate energy that everyone had today. I felt a lot of vulnerability and honesty and integrity, and I feel the energy lifting in me thanks to that, and inspired. I feel inspired.
Most impactful thing for me at this Wananga was the questions that came from all the participants that were so considered, so nuanced, and it really made me think about how do I provide a good enough answer to support them in their journey. So yeah, for me it was the questions.
Ko hikarangi te maunga, ko waiapu te awa, ko Ngāti Porou te iwi, ko piwi ahau, ko kaiwhakahaere matua o Tūpono Mana Tangata. So I'm the CEO of Tūpono Mana Tangata, which is an organisation, whānau for whānau, led by whānau, and we're at the forefront of making sure whatever whānau need, whatever they want, whatever they need to be heard, we resource them to make sure that all happens. And we don't do it in the way of money, we do it in the way of workshops, whiti kōrero, advocating and all that. So yeah, we work very hard in a lot of things. We do kōwaio, anger management, sexual abuse, suicide, domestic violence. We stop uplifts from oranga tamariki. So anyway, and today, wow, amazing. What I'm going to take away from it is I didn't actually realise there were so many organisations that worked around the same kaupapa as us, and I'm taking away a bunch of networks that we're going to open up with and actually realise that we've got all these other ones that are part of our village doing the mahi we're doing, and I want to thank all the ones at Changemakers and ka pai.
Kia ora, ko Tyrone Hakaraia Smith toku ingoa. No te ao Pauri, te aroa, nā te kahununu, nā te hoa ki Taumaranui, nā te raukaua ki te tonga, nā iwi. Alright, I loved it today. My mahi allowed me to attend today's wānanga, and I wasn't too sure what was happening, but there were some cool pos that connected to the wānanga, and I thought I got to be there, and I love the name, Changemakers. I have followed you guys, and I was always hoping to be part of it, and then it popped up this weekend and I made it here. One of the many great kōrero happened today, but one of them was talking about kaupapa Māori and Māori-led initiatives and what is the difference, and it opened up a lot of cool reflections and really helped me go deep into mindfulness of understanding where I sit within that kōrero. So I love that, and I really appreciate all the different kōrero that complemented my way of looking at it, and it helped me expand more understanding to it. So no, I really appreciate it, and massive mihi to your organisation for bringing kaupapa down here, and I'm looking forward to the next two that hopefully we attend. Aye.
Kia ora, my name's Daniel. I'm from Answers Within up in Marlborough, originally from Christchurch. I got so much out of today. The main thing I got out of it was connection with others, and realising that when we come together as a community, that's when the true change happens.
Chris John, and I work Healthy Families o Te Tahi, and I'm the Pacifica Systems Innovator.
I'm Jenny, and I too work for Healthy Families o Tuatahi as the manager of our Healthy Families contract.
So, if I think about the two sessions that I sat in on, one was Matt Brown. I think the thing that was most pivotal to me was leading with heart, and if we do everything with that first and foremost rather than self, but also I don't know whether we teach people to do that, but give people space so that they can feel that they can do that as well, I think is really important. And the other thing that, the other question was around if money wasn't an option, wasn't an issue. I think the thing that I got most from the table was around thriving and what that looks like for individuals, because we also have a different starting point, right? So in our whānau and in our community, but whatever it looks like for you, I think having a thriving, happy, fulfilled, valued space or community or individual speaks volumes. So it's probably, yeah.
I agree with Chris. I think just listening to the guest speakers with Matt and Jason and Richie, I think the key messages that came from me is what Chris was saying around the hearts and mind, and having practitioners and people out there that are willing to create the safe space for our young rangatahi to be themselves, and having someone with that lived experience to show empathy and care and no judgment. And it was also great to meet the other organisations who are doing amazing things for our community. And yes, money and funding is the constant barrier in our conversations, but the table that we were sitting at, if money wasn't a barrier, money isn't actually a barrier, because as people we are very creative
and
innovative, and we can innovate in any spaces and places where we put us. So it's not a barrier, because that's really mataranga Māori if we're truly living by it in its true sense. So
I agree.
Yeah,
makes us much more innovative.
Yeah,
makes us think outside the box.
Yeah,
makes us collaborate and stuff like that. So
yeah, and it's using each other as resources and not using money as a barrier.